Okay, I broke it up into 2 videos, so it won't be too lengthy if I just do one video. All right, let's look at another situation, another problem. Let's say I have this point, or actually they're going to give you this, the translation rule. And I'll write it right here. Let's say for every and all points x, y, do this to them. I want you to go x minus 6, x plus 8. All right. So let me do it without the graph. And let's say that they give me this point. Let's say this example, let's say point A. Remember, well, let's go A. A is -1, -6. Then if I'm moving this point, and I'm going to go and do this to the x coordinate, and I'm going to do this to the y coordinate. So that means that for this x, right, here's x and here's y. For this value of x, I got to subtract 6 to it. And for the value of y, I got to what? Add 8 to it. And the value of x is what? -1. The value of y is what? -6. So you just add these parts, and then you get the coordinate for the x, and then you do the work here, and you get the coordinates for the y. So remember, if this one's the pre-image. Remember we talked about this is the pre-image, this one's the image. The image is the one with the little hyphen. So -1 take away 6 would be -7. And -6 plus 8 would be what? 2? Let's see if that's true. Let me graph now let's go see if it's true. I'm going to check it on the graph paper. -1, -6 would be -1, -6. Here's point A. And this was the translation rule. They told me to do this to this point, or to any point, whatever the point. They could have another point, you do the same thing. And when I did this to the x and I took away 6 and it added 8 to the y, I got this, well, actually, sorry. What does it mean when it says to the x? On the x, remember, x is left and right. -6, well, if it's left and right, to the right is positive, to the left is negative. So this would mean -6 would be what? Not 6 to the right, 6 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have to move 6 this way. 6 tells me how much. The negative tells me the direction. And if it's x, positive is to the right, negative is to the left. So I'm moving it here. But is it going to stop there? No, because then I got to go what? On the y. Oops, why did I write y? Why did I write x right here? Sorry, y. Sorry, that's wrong. Y plus 8. Now it's here. Now from here, I got to move it what? 8 up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's my final resting point. That's my A prime. That's the new location. That's the translation. And is that the same coordinates as -7, +2? Well, of course, -7, +2. Okay, now we're going to go backwards. Well, what they're going to do now is they're just going to give you a point, or sometimes they'll give you a shape. They're going to give you a shape. So let me make a shape. Let's say this is the shape. Boom. 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 I'll make a triangle. And let me just change the letters up. So this will be D, E, F. And let's say they have another one that's already been translated. Okay, here we go. Let's say they're going to give you this now. How do I know which one was the pre-image and how do I know which one's the image? Well, remember the pre-image is going to be the regular capital letters. That means this is the one you started with. This one's the pre-image. The part that got moved will have the letters, but with the little what? You know, that little accent, the little hyphen. Okay, let's finish this quick. This is going to be easy. The question is, if they give you a picture, whether it's 1 point or many points, the question is, what's the translation rule? What is the translation rule? If I got this one, this is the pre-image. This is the one you started with. This one here. But it's not here anymore and it got moved over here. I want you to give me the directions, which is called the translation rule. That's the one that looks like this. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to write it like this. For every X and every Y point, it's going to get moved, right? You're going to use this, the arrow. This is like the symbol for the translation here. It's called the vector. But just draw an arrow. And then you have to determine for the X what happened and for the Y what happened. Because the same thing's happening. The same amount of move is happening on the for each of these points. So really you can do all three if you want, or you can just focus on one. So let's say if I focus on point D. If I focus on point D, you're going to realize that, again, since we're on an XY axis, you're going to go X first and then Y first. Well, it went this way, how many units? 1, 2, 3, right here, right? And it went this many units this way, and then it went this many units this way. So how many units did it go this way? 1, 2, 3, 4. You went 4 this way, and you went 4 to the right, and that's the X. I went X 4 to the right, so that should be X what? Plus 4. And then from there, how much did it have to go in which direction? Well, it had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It had to go 7 this way. 7 down. Would that be plus 7 or minus 7? Well, it's going down, minus 7. And if you notice, it's going to be true for all the points. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at point E. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 this way and 7 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, the same thing is happening to all the points. That's a translation. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm looking at point F, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. But that's what this is about. Again, X, if you go right, it's positive. If you're moving left, it's negative. And it was 4 units. And then the Y controls up and down. 7 units down, well, 7, and then the minus because it was down. If it was up, you would have a plus. Okay, and this is pretty much what you're understanding. All right, that's it. Good luck.